Welcome to the Canadian Box. You've got Talkin or Shawn here, hosting the show once again. We are at episode 5, I believe. I'm here today with good old Kyle.
Yeah, I'm back. I kind of couldn't make it last week.
That's fine, Kyle. I'm sure everyone missed you. Kyle motherfucking Reaver probably missed you. I don't know if you read the email yet.
His name was Jack.
Or Jack motherfucking Reaver. I fucked that one up. I just said fuck a lot in that sentence.
You kind of screwed the pooch there.
Anyway, we've also got with us today, once again, Brandon. We got in our Freeman show.
Yay.
Yeah, Tyler couldn't be with us this week.
Tyler felt the food was more important than the podcast. He felt the food was more important than the people! Anyway.
You need food to live. You don't need people to live.
Yeah, you can survive weeks without food, you know.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Some hierarchy of needs argue that people is one of your core needs, but that's
unless you really enjoy Soylent Green, I don't know.
Oh, there you go. You can just do both.
So, Ubisoft kind of screwed over Sony and Microsoft this week, didn't they?
Oh, Ubisoft.
I think you're kind of overstating it.
Well, not like majorly, but I mean, at the same time,
Yeah, I mean, it provides less of an incentive for people when they're like first picking up the launch consoles, but like
early adopters
it's not like
are
they said
important.
they're canceling it or anything; they're just delaying it by like a season.
2 seasons.
No, oh well, I guess if you count
winter.
Yeah, but like November is basically winter anyway.
It's 2 months away.
Yeah, winter's in December.
Well, yeah, at the end of December. And I guess Watch Dogs was pretty
December.
close to the end already. It was like, what, November 14th originally? 14 or 19?
I think Josh told.
I don't know. It doesn't even have a date anymore. That's what gets me. It doesn't even have a date anymore.
Is there any reasoning behind the delay, or?
Probably the usual reason they delay things.
Press release they said was that they weren't satisfied with the current product they had, which a lot of people are suspecting because we're so far at the end of the development cycle. But at the same time, I mean, they could have been at the tail end of their quality appraisal by Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo, and if they get enough critical bugs, they're going to need time to tighten that up. And I mean, I'm sure at some one of the things was, since GTA 5 has done so well, despite all the hiccups with the online service, it's been it's such an open world game. It's kind of expanded what we can expect from an open world game. Possibly Ubisoft feeling a bit threatened, so they want to separate themselves from that launch a bit, probably to some degree. They haven't said that's the reason, but a lot of fans are speculating that.
I don't think.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you don't want a last-gen game to, like, super outshine your brand new, next-gen game.
Yeah. I mean, well,
it's kind of embarrassing.
I kind of Watch Dogs, like Assassin's Creed 4, Call of Duty Ghosts. I'm calling them Battlefield. I'm not sure about Battlefield 4, but I'm gonna say Battlefield 4 because I don't know if it's coming out on both. I call those all like mid-gen games because they're like optimized for the next generation, but they're still fairly runnable on the last generation kind of deal.
It's similar.
Yeah, but I mean that's like most launch games, man.
Yeah, because they used to do that for like the original Xbox games. Like you'd have like Splinter Cell on both consoles, and so the one on the 360 is just kind of just an up-res port sort of deal.
Yeah, like Twilight Princess was on the GameCube and the Wii.
I honestly think though that the Wii version was a downgrade.
Oh, it was.
I can't say. I only played the Wii version.
It was.
I hate Zelda anyway. So.
Yeah, we've been there.
Yeah. I just like to mention it once in a while, though.
It comes up even when you're not on the podcast.
I know. Wait, the fact that I hate it or Zelda?
The fact that you hate it.
Okay. Because the fact that Zelda comes up so fucking often is why I hate it.
Oh man.
Oh,
Just last year, my feelings about Zelda were pretty much just, it's nothing. I had no feelings about Zelda.
I
Fair
don't know.
enough.
I
Some
fucking
people
hate
like it, but
Zelda's great. Go get on your fucking mic. Josh Sohn, by the way.
oh,
hi.
that's exciting. We will actually bring him in.
I don't know if you could hear him. He jumped into my room and was like, Zelda's great. So then I smacked him and was like, go get on your fucking computer.
You said go get on your mic, but that sounds like you two.
Same thing.
Okay, so we'll fill the air until he comes in. Hopefully he remembers to turn on Audacity. Can you go tell him to turn on Audacity?
Hold on.
Anyway, now the people who don't care, I don't think you care either, Brandon, but the new Kingdom Hearts free trailer came out. Have you seen that yet?
no, I actually haven't.
It was really pretty, and it was like a gameplay prototype trailer. It just looks so cool. Like it was this natural evolution of what the series has been, and I'm totally geeking out. And maybe one listener out there cares about it. I'm talking to you, Sandra.
Are you talking about Kingdom Hearts?
Yes, I was talking about Kingdom Hearts because the new trailer came out, and I was geeking out about it.
Is that the D23 Expo?
Yeah, it was at the D23 Expo.
Okay, yeah.
That's where the Square
Put that in my
showed
tabs.
the
What?
trailer, I believe.
Put that in my tabs for later, I
looks-
suppose.
D20.
It looks really cool. It's definitely going to link dump because I'm so excited for that fucking game. Oh, also, Kingdom Hearts 2.5 has been announced, and it's exactly what I predicted, which is Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix, and a cinematic version of the Ari coded story because they couldn't get Dream Drop Distance cutscenes onto Sony hardware because the exclusivity contract between Square and Nintendo probably hasn't run out yet.
Yeah, because I was a bit
Well,
surprised about that because I figured that's what they would have done because Recoded's kind of a lot of reused content, so...
It's a lot of reused content, but the actual story that happens in the game is actually fairly relevant for world building and the plot of the series.
That's good to hear, though, that it's Birth by Sleep and 2, because isn't that what that's what pretty much what they teased at the end of 1.5, right?
Yeah, and Birth by Sleep and 2 are probably, with the exception of maybe Dream Drop Distance, the best games in the series. I really like Dream Drop Distance. There was one mechanic in Dream Drop Distance I didn't like, which was, there was this mechanic where you played the game as two main characters, Sora and Riku, and you didn't choose when you could, kind of, but there was a time limit for how long you'd play as one character, and then it would force you to switch over to the other character.
Okay.
And this could happen at, like, really integral parts, like in the middle of a boss fight. And if it happens, like, in the middle of the boss fight, you don't start back up exactly where you were in the boss fight. It restarts the boss fight.
That's different.
That's nice.
It was really fucking annoying. It actually never affected me because when you accumulated these things called drop points, which you could then spend when you fell asleep or whatever, and you could spend it to extend the time you spend as the other character, and there was 3 tiers of that, and the 3rd tier might as well been as long as you fucking want. Because
Hello.
Oh, do you have Audacity on?
Yes, I do.
Good boy. So, I lied. It's no longer a Freeman show. We've also got Josh Buno here. Say hi to the people, Amondi.
Hello, people, Amandi.
And we're almost back to our original cast.
We're almost.
Switching Tyler for...
Brandon.
It's a downgrade, in my opinion.
Downgrade. It's an upgrade.
You've already said more on this podcast than Tyler probably has. I'm not going to lie.
Really?
Yeah.
Sucks.
So-
Sucks to be Tyler.
Oh!
On another note, Brandon, you like shmups,
I do enjoy
right?
shmups. I'm not very good at them, but I enjoy them.
Do you know what's apparently on Steam Greenlight
What is
right
on
now?
Steam Greenlight?
Fucking Ikaruga,
Ikaruga.
man.
Oh my
right,
God.
you brought this up.
You know, I've always wanted
Yeah.
to play that. I've always liked shmups, like retro, like on the retro consoles themselves, but I never actually played like modern ones. I know Ikaruga's not like a modern.
So-
but
Yeah, Ikaruga's kind of a little...
So with Ikaruga and
I-
if Ikaruga gets Greenlight, what's the chances of us getting Radiant Silvergun as well? Damn.
I have no clue.
I don't know anything about the series, to be completely honest, besides the fact that Ikaruga was a pretty iconic one, but...
Yeah, that's pretty much all I know.
if,
Well, no, that's not true. I also know about Sin and Punishment. Those are like the only two games I know from Treasure.
if
Oh, Sin and Punishment. Yeah, that was a Nintendo game.
It was a
Treasure,
Treasure game.
Yeah, but they like partnered with Nintendo for that.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
generally the way when we have re-releases happening, like in this kind of scenario, if it gets greenlit, which pretty much everything greenlit eventually
It
gets
actually is greenlit,
and-
so
That's not true. There's a lot of shit on there that doesn't get greenlit.
Okay, yeah.
Ikaruga is
but-
is greenlit, so this is just a repeat of last
Okay,
time.
so when it,
Oh yeah.
if
man,
it
dude, it's
releases,
by an actual fucking developer.
if it releases and
Ah, well, that's not fair to the indies. It's by a professional developer.
if it releases and it sells well, and this silver thing you were talking about, if it's like a sequel, they'll probably do it too, and they probably
Yeah.
won't even have to go for greenlight that
It's
time.
inter-
There's a higher
Oh yeah,
chance.
if the games get decent amounts of money on the PC, they'll probably bring more to the PC.
Yeah.
That's usually how companies.
It's interesting. I don't know if it's still like
Thing
this,
makes
but
money, you do
when
more of the thing that makes
Greenlight
money.
was still like in its infancy, I remember there was like some devs that had actually released games on Steam that had to go through the Greenlight process again. I don't know if it's still like that or
I don't remember that.
it happened with a couple smaller indie devs. I don't know if they were games that sold well, but
What was it?
I remember that there was this one company that was in Greenlight, but then they made a deal with a publisher to get them like to bypass the system.
okay.
I remember it was a big deal, but like Steam wasn't letting them bypass the system because once you're in the Greenlit, you have to follow the rules.
Okay, that might have been because I remember that.
I think that might be the case.
Yeah, it probably is because they I believe they did have. It sucks. I can't think of any names, but yeah, it probably is.
Yeah, that was like nautical something. But yeah, that wasn't a case of like them forcing them back into Greenlight. That was a case of them being in Greenlight or in the Greenlight system and then like trying to sidestep it.
Right.
I'd just like to mention this is Brandon and I's first podcast together, so this is awesome.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Yeah, you weren't on it.
Oh.
Yeah, you weren't
Yeah.
there.
I kind of
That
missed like 2.5 now.
You were briefly there for my first podcast, actually, but that's when you were here for only
Oh.
like a few, like 10 minutes, I think.
Oh yeah, like I stopped in, I pulled an ass move.
It's
No, that was actually really cool, but it almost fucked up because you didn't turn the Destiny on.
Yeah, well, I was trolling a little
we
bit.
stuck at the audio, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, I just had to use the shitty audio when I was editing it. It doesn't matter. Although we can't do that now because I'm not paying for call recorder.
Right on.
That's fair.
Okay.
Oh, it stopped working. I don't know if I ever brought this up, but call recorder stopped working. Turns out the only reason it was still letting me use it for so long was because I never actually closed Skype. So when I finally closed Skype, like it cleared the cache and stuff, and I was like, "Oh hey, I need to check the internet to see if this license still works."
Jeez, I remember when Skype
Right.
still had apps and you could just get a free call recorder. Man, I miss those days.
I don't
I
remember those days.
almost
I don't even remember those days. I only started using Skype when I was
forced.
not allowed to use Microsoft Messenger anymore.
You could
Yeah.
just use Trillion like I was using for a long
'Cause,
time.
like-
Yeah, because this is
Like, because
No, because that's fucking weird.
Windows Live or MSN or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
they had like voice chat on it, so I mean, you could use it for that too. And like,
It
I
was
did-
the best
Yeah.
messenger service ever.
Well,
Yeah,
And
it,
they
pretty
shut
much.
it down.
Yeah.
it was really good for. It had a really good period, but it kind
and
of
it wasn't used in the States. It was used in like Europe and here.
yeah,
Yeah, it was great.
because everybody
States used fucking
yeah,
AIM.
AIM
Yeah.
was a piece of shit.
But I mean, the only reason why like it died like a lot is because it wasn't used in the States. It didn't have like the support of the States, which you might not think they support a lot, but they speak 2/3 of the world's English, so that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Josh. It's also the fact that like
Money.
Microsoft bought out Skype, which they actually make revenue from.
Yeah, well, that's
Microsoft
also, yeah.
Messenger, they don't make fucking any money.
Yeah, but who's to say they wouldn't have bought out Skype if the Messenger was more lucrative?
I wish Messenger was because Skype had a lot.
History's weird like that.
Skype has been severely downgraded since the Microsoft buyout, but oh well. At least,
you think so?
Yeah.
Oh, it definitely has.
I wouldn't know. I only started like after Microsoft.
Yeah, Skype used to have no ads. Used to have like apps that you could use, so you could like play sounds and stuff like that during recordings or record for free.
Yeah, but it's
ads
also not realistic to have a commercial product that doesn't make money.
I suppose.
Yeah, like ads aren't a problem. It's pre-roll ads that suck.
Yeah.
No one likes pre-rolls. YouTube,
well, there's
looking at you.
No pre-rolls.
So subbable is a really awesome concept.
Yeah, but like I don't have money to like. Well, I mean I have money, but like I've been watching YouTube for free for so long that it's like, but for the Vlog Brothers, I'd be like, yeah, I'll shove you a couple bucks. Like it's worth it.
Well, then why haven't you done that?
Because like I just kind of spent a lot of money on gaming recently. I don't really, want to spend a lot of money. Maybe like a little bit.
And you're gonna.
So it's less you don't have money and more.
I definitely don't want SciShow or Crash Course to end. So like I'm gonna be putting money towards that. I know how you feel about SciShow. It's okay.
Me or Shawn?
You.
What?
Anyway.
Well, I don't. The people
don't really like science very much.
What's that, Shawn?
I was gonna say the people don't know how he feels about SciShow. I don't know what he feels about SciShow.
Yeah, but I don't want him
My
to
feelings on
repeat
SciShow are
his.
that science is usually boring, and also Hank is not that interesting.
Yeah, and see, I like Hank a lot, and like I love science. So,
I like
John, however, talks about history, and history is the best thing ever.
Yeah, history's pretty good.
History's great.
John's really good for history. We're talking about the Vlog Brothers, by the way, guys. They're like one of the biggest YouTube people. They have been forever. They're two brothers. They make a show. And at the beginning, it was just that was their only way of communicating with each other. But now they went in a bunch of different things. They have this thing called Crash Course, which is exactly as it sounds, like a crash course, like a 10-minute video on a certain subject in science, history, literature, anything like that.
I don't think we're going to lose anyone when talking about like.
Search on YouTube how to be a nerd fighter. If that interests you, search more. If not, don't.
Yeah, nerd fighter.
Really, I just recommend starting with Crash Course.
Anyway.
I didn't start with the fucking Nerd Fighters. If I had, I probably would have been like, wow, this is dumb and boring.
Yeah, I know, but like they only started Crash Course like recently in terms of their lives.
I know, and it was really good.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're two of the biggest YouTube guys, and they're very focused on community building, which is very different.
They run VidCon, which is a convention I want to go to sometime, definitely.
Yeah, definitely, man. We gotta make plans to go to that sometime.
Bunch of fucking YouTubers.
Yeah,
it would cost thousands of dollars to go across the continent.
But I mean. Right now, we need to figure out how we're going to make Pax East work.
Yeah,
that has got to happen.
Not really
relevant. That is happening. Right, I don't know how it's happening, but
Shawn,
it is happening.
We're making it happen.
Yeah.
We're fucking making it happen.
It can't be that hard. I mean, you guys have a car. Sam has a car.
Yeah, because Tyler's not going to be able to drive, and I would be terrified driving in Boston, so...
Oh, it can't be that bad.
Brandon, I believe in you, but I mean, what we could do is if we can convince Sam to come with us, which I think I've almost convinced him. I just need Kyle and Josh to finish the job.
It is not hard to get Sam to convince Sam to do anything.
Yeah, you guys finish it. It's easier to do in person than over text message.
I'll totally do that.
You guys need to convince him so that way, like, we'll just, like, rent a van. It's, like, $270 for the weekend, which would be, like, how much we'd split on bus tickets anyway. So,
yeah, we could totally do that.
And then
we'll just... Why do you even need to convince him? Didn't you just tell him?
I told him, and he said, we'll see.
Yeah, that's because it came from you. Basically, Kyle and I would just tell him. And it happened.
Yeah, I'm surprised he said maybe and not just like, yeah, sure.
It's because it's Shawn. He doesn't really know Shawn that well. But like me and you, we just tell him and he'd be like, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, okay.
And then we remind him to take the time off work.
Yeah.
Other than that, then we're good.
I'll leave that to you guys. That was a little tangent. But it doesn't matter.
Hey, basically just means if we have like any fans and you happen to live on the East Coast, you could come see us at like
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack, motherfucking Reaver. See you at PAX East, April 11th to 14th.
Say who now?
Maybe we can go get a beer or something.
definitely.
Oh, right. Hey, yeah, we're all 21, aren't we? I'm 20. I'll be 23 by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all.
Yeah, we all
I
are.
think. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can drink in the States.
Yeah.
that's
With
exciting.
their weird old age thing.
So fucking weird.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
21.
Well, I
20
mean, half of our country has 18, so.
I mean,
you know.
Half free tenths is half to you?
Yeah, but like population-wise.
Oh, okay.
What's Ontario?
19?
Okay, never mind. No, but like Manitoba has like as much as we do, and then like you have Quebec, which is massive, and well,
Manitoba has
in
no
comparison.
population.
What?
Manitoba has no population because New Brunswick has
Right.
like none.
Manitoba has population, but like it's all in one fucking.
Yeah.
state.
Josh. He's
Yeah.
saying you compared it to fucking like New Brunswick, which means it's fucking like nothing.
Yeah, well, actually, it might have more. I'm not sure. I just know that like most of it is in the one city. So
Why don't you guys just like bring up Wikipedia?
because I'm just not going to.
Because I was scratching my
It takes like
foot.
5 seconds.
I easily could. Yeah, you're right.
I was scratching my foot. I had a good reason.
not inclined to search for anything.
I'm playing Street Pass minigames because Josh got home. Nah, dude, fucking Manitoba's like way higher than us. They're almost twice.
Are they?
Twice
Yeah,
as much population
probably.
as us.
I know, like, really? Because, like, they say, like, over half the population lives in Winnipeg, and they only have a population of, like, 700,000.
1.2 million.
Billion?
1.2 million?
Million.
Oh.
Million.
Yeah, but, like, New Brunswick's, like, 1.1 million, dude, or, like, 900.
No.
This is 2011 census?
Yeah, but, like, New Brunswick's only at 1 million. Like, Manitoba is,
No.
like, only
No.
at 1 million.
No,
What?
we're not.
I don't think we are.
Also, this is the
What are we at?
2011 census. I don't have the current census because I don't think they have stats on it yet.
All right, anyway, there's, like, over half of it is in, like, the one
As
city,
of the
so-
2011 census, we're at 750,000.
Oh, shit, we're lower than I thought.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
the Greater
We're
Moncton.
fucking New Brunswick. We're like the fucking Maine of Canada.
Pretty much.
Okay, so I have almost
No.
twice as much as us.
Maine is just more New Brunswick.
Yeah, well, Maine is like the Canada of the States.
All right. So add fucking Alberta, right? Manitoba and Quebec, and you're sitting at a little bit more than 3/10 of the population here.
I can
Yeah.
get behind that.
Yeah. Well, Quebec is close to Ontario. In terms
Yeah,
of
yeah.
population.
Like Southern Quebec has a lot of people. I mean, they got a lot. They got millions of people. Like, come on.
They've got millions of people in Alberta, but I don't know where they all are.
Well, Fort McMurray has like
Big
no people,
cities.
but like, you got Edmonton and you got.
I was in Edmonton. I was in Edmonton. I don't know where all the people were.
No, but there's two cities. There's
Oh,
Edmonton and there's Calgary.
Their houses.
Yeah, but the population in Edmonton felt like the population in Moncton or Fredericton, is what
The
I'm
fuck?
saying.
Really?
What the fuck?
They're
What time did you
probably
go?
All in their houses.
Did you go during
Summer.
the Stampede time? Because they're probably all up the
No.
wherever the fuck the Stampede is.
No, it wasn't any time. It was in the middle of May.
The middle of May.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still fucking cold there.
No, it wasn't. It was
No?
beautiful.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm thinking of Fort McMurray because like Sam was like, "Oh, it's so cold," and I'm like, "Dude, like, yeah, you're like a couple fucking bars of latitude above us." Anyway, where was this conversation going?
No idea.
I don't know. We
Oh, we're
we
talking
got
about PAX East. We're talking about PAX East.
Yeah, which we're going
Right.
to be at. They'll be at Canadian Box Podcast recorded with a Yeti microphone live from PAX East.
Yeah, we're talking about maybe hanging out with some of you guys that are listening right now.
All
Yeah,
37.
all one of you.
37. We have a consistent viewership of 37.
Hello,
I
37.
only know one
people.
of them by name.
This is really,
Yeah.
I think it's a really good plan too, because I actually know somebody from Boston, so and I've been planning to go to PAX East for a few years, so this will work out really well.
I want to go to Boston because it's like a historical.
I actually went to the
awesome
first
city.
year of PAX East.
Yeah, you went the first
It was
time,
fun.
didn't you?
That's
The
ex-
fucking opening show.
I still got some Pokemon swag you brought back for me.
I'm
I brought you that bag.
I got a little Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
Hey,
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah, 'cause
Pokemon
me and
swag.
Carl fucking picked it up like at the fucking con. It was great.
Yes, Carl came back up. He responds.
Yeah, what about Carl?
Carl has answered one of Jack's questions, which is whether or not Carl will be on the podcast. His answer was someday. So someday the Canadian box will
Yeah.
feature Carl motherfucking Grunwald.
Yeah, but like
Uh,
Carl
here's
doesn't
the
have
thing
much to
about Carl.
say.
Here's the thing about Carl.
Carl's more
When
of a
he
doer.
answers maybe or something like that. it means
He expanded. He extended, saying he wants to build up anticipation.
Oh yeah, he wants us to keep talking about him so that he can finally arrive, and then yeah.
But speaking of Pokemon swag, I'm holding your poster right now.
Awesome. So if you guys don't know, Shawn got me the first movie, the Pokemon first movie like poster.
Reprint.
The movie poster.
It was a reprint.
Well, obviously the reprint. Duh, it's not like an authentic thing. But like no, it's like, and he texted me, and I was on my break at work. Luckily, he texted me like this photo of it. I'm like, oh my god, yes, I want that. So he bought it for me. It's great. Well, I mean, I'm gonna pay him.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool.
That's great. Because in university, you got like these poster shows, which I'm assuming you were at.
Yeah, it was the poster sale, which is really awesome.
Yeah, you always find
Why does this
great
grass
stuff
type have fighting moves?
What is what?
Sorry, I'm playing Pokemon while talking.
What is what? Have what?
Chespin's final form. It had like Karate Chop or Brick Break.
That's because it's a fighting type, dude.
It's a fighting grass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is weird.
The first one since Breloom,
Okay,
I'm sure.
you lost
No,
me.
not Breloom. Also Verizon.
Okay.
So, but that was a legendary. So
Okay then. Well, that is
Yeah.
the thing. Okay, then.
You
That's great.
totally lost me as soon as you start talking about Pokemon.
yeah, see, Kyle used to be like a big Pokemon fan back in the day, but now he like hates it. I don't understand.
got popular.
I'm baffled.
No, I still like it. I still like Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Yeah,
Gold and
he
Silver,
likes
that's
only
it.
up to
Just
like
Gold and
Generation
Silver.
2. Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's better than the Gen 1ers.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, don't even give me soda on Gen 1ers. If I had to live with a Gen 1er, no, not happening.
Ah, come on. You gotta respect the Gen
Yeah,
1ers.
but
See what I mean?
nowadays
Are you
it's
fucking
so
kidding me?
broken.
No, they're the
No,
most
Gen
fucking
1ers hate
retarded
the rest.
people ever.
Yeah, Gen 1ers are some of the most hateful, like, idiots ever.
I'm fine with that.
You're not a hateful idiot, though. You're like, yeah, I really don't like this. And I'm like, fine. But, like, they go out of their way to fucking slam every next generation. They don't fucking understand that
And their
goddamn thing of it.
complaints, and every single complaint they have, I can apply to the first
And the
gen.
only
Exactly. Oh, these Pokemon are so lame. You had a fucking dozen eggs as a fucking Pokemon, okay? And you're
Oh,
saying
okay,
these
that was
Pokemon
a cool
are lame?
Pokemon.
There was some.
Execute was cool.
I
He
think
was
it's cool
like-
too. I just don't
bunch of
think it's.
psychic eggs.
I just think it's hypocritical to slam future generations for doing similar things that the first one did. I think they're all cool because I'm just a massive fucking Pokemon fanboy and I love them all.
Venusaur!
No.
Digivolve 2! Mega Venusaur! Oh, wait. I mean, Mega Evolution 2.
Man,
What?
I actually knew.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
Josh,
Mega
like,
Evolve. Yeah.
one of the new Pokemon is a garbage.
See, that's what everybody
Yeah,
complains
okay,
about. They always complain
okay.
about the garbage Pokemon and the ice cream Pokemon.
Grimer and Muck. Literally a pile
No, those
of
guys are
sludge.
cool.
They were like
Those guys are
one
cool.
tone of color, and they had mouths and eyes. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
think they're
those-
cool
they
because you're
were
like
cool.
6 at the time. I think the trash one's really cool, especially in the anime. They did a really cool thing with that.
No.
I love the trash guy's voice in the anime.
Yeah, it's Travis or something like that.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great.
Plus, the new fucking starters suck.
No, they
Are you
don't.
kidding me?
Oh,
Fire
really?
Psychic? No.
No,
fucking way.
six-
None of them are big and strong.
Are you kidding me? The
No
Chespin's
one's
final
as big
level.
and strong as Feraligatr.
Chestnut is insane. Okay.
He's not as big and strong as Feraligatr.
Yes, he is.
He's a fucking tank, dude. He's a fucking massive,
well-
big grass fighting type.
Unless, of course, you have a flying type, then he falls down in one turn to wing
Well-
attack. If you fall down in one turn to wing attack.
I'm not
Yeah,
talking
well.
about like in gameplay terms. I'm talking about the big designs.
Oh, no, it's a huge
I don't
design.
give a fuck about gameplay.
It's
Nah,
big.
it's pretty
no, Feraligatr
It's pretty
would be like dwarfed to Chespin. Chespin is like larger than
Well,
Machamp.
Chestnut.
Or Chestnut,
Final.
yeah.
Yeah. Just so we're clear. No confusion.
It actually,
I'm pretty sure Feraligatr could take out a Chespin.
yeah, that actually sounds really cool. It makes me kind of regret picking Froakie as a starter.
I don't
I
regret
picked
Froakie at all.
Fennekin. I picked Fennekin.
Yeah, but here's the thing about like Chestnut or whatever the fuck he's called.
Yeah.
He's grass.
I guess so.
Yeah, grass type's great.
Like that's all I have to say. He's fucking grass type.
Grass type's great, dude.
No,
Leafeon
grass type's
talking
great,
about?
Josh.
Leafeon is one of the
Dude.
best. Leafeon is one of the best sweepers in the competitive scene. I don't know if he still is, but he was last generation.
Yeah, that's.
What,
don't
are
even
you
get
talking
started.
about
Don't
gameplay
even get
again, Shawn?
started on the competitive scene.
Stop
with Kyle.
talking about gameplay. I don't care about gameplay.
He's talking about design, which is an incredibly subjective thing. So
No, there's rules. I'm learning the rules in media design.
Well, of course, there's rules. I mean, like whether you like it or not is subjective.
Yeah.
It's not just like a free thing, but like there's rules and like structure towards art and design. Like, there always has been, there always will be. However, like, whether you like something is totally subjective.
Yeah.
Without spoiling anything, I'm just gonna say this about the
bullshit! He's bigger than Feraligatr. I'm checking the wiki right now. Feraligator's 7 feet fucking tall. The other dude's 5 feet tall.
Yeah,
Really?
but they include tail in that.
Okay.
Yeah, they include tail because it's length. It's length and width.
Anyway, without spoiling anything, the rival.
Yes, please no spoilers.
They weigh around the same amount.
Rival in this generation. I feel so sorry for him.
Okay.
Also,
Why?
Nah, don't say anymore. I don't know. I'm not that.
I'm
far.
still really early too.
2-week rule. Not gonna say anything beyond that. 2-week rule.
Thank you.
I'm probably the.
All right. I'm just gonna say I haven't actually bought the games and I have no plan to.
Okay.
They're really good.
That is fucking Pokemon.
I'm probably the earliest out of all of you guys right now. I'm only past the first gym because I can't find the fucking time to play this game.
Yeah, I worked overnight weekend, so I couldn't really play it when it came out either. I'm 10 hours in.
Okay.
I'm at the 7th gym right now.
Holy mother of God! What did you play, like 40 hours or something?
Including or excluding the gameplay time on my DS due to the fact that I've fallen asleep playing this game.
Excluding the fall.
Excluding probably like 20. Mind you, you don't even know this. I'll do the Reader's Digest version since people listening to the podcast already heard this last week. But I got suspended at work.
What? For what? For what?
Because I didn't organize coupons properly on September the 28th, so they decided to suspend me on the 9th of October.
Yeah.
Where do you work?
Dude, suspending is like a serious thing for like. That's what you do when you want to get a point across, but you don't want to fire the person, so you suspend them first, so they get the idea and they have like a time to think about it and shit.
Yeah.
Suspending's serious business, dude. That's not a joke.
I know. Oh no, she fucking went crazy.
What? Where do you work?
NSO.
Oh.
What?
That's a little
bit.
Because you didn't organize the coupons?
Apparently, I used the cell phone behind the counter, but I'm gonna tell you right now, we don't have a map. I don't know where things in Fredericton are. So you know what I do?
Did a customer ask you?
Yeah. Customers ask people in gas stations all the time where the shit stuff is.
That's totally a legit thing.
That's seriously unreasonable.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I haven't even talked to her at all. So, I didn't even get suspended by a person who decided to suspend me. I got suspended by the assistant manager who was just told, we're handed 2 filled out write-ups things and said, get him to sign these, and he's suspended. She also gave every single other employee 2 write-ups. If you get 3 write-ups in a 90-day period,
you get suspended.
You get fired.
Or fired, okay.
No. If you get 3 write-ups, you are fired in a 90-day period.
That's how it works here. I'm a manager at my work, so.
I've been playing Pokemon X. That's pretty much it. Actually,
you got X. You got X, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got X too.
Crusader Kings too.
Everyone's got Y. I street passed 10 people today. Oh, here's the cool thing about Nintendo Zones. I wrote it in the thing, but you get the last 6 street passes that Nintendo Zone has encountered. Last 6.
It said
so I get a lot of
on the
street
press
passes.
If it was 1, they changed it.
Because it wasn't working well enough.
Here's the thing.
When it was 1, I was always the last one, so I would get 0.
Yeah.
Oh, so Josh, does every establishment have a Nintendo Zone? Or is it just yours?
Yes.
Okay, wow.
Every single one, for the most part, yeah.
Oh, wow. I'll have to bring my 3DS next time.
Yeah.
I now live with two free/2 DS owners. And 2, I go to university, so I get a fuck ton of street passes. I got 10. I got 10 today.
Yeah, I passed them all on the way to work, so I usually get them there.
Excluding.
You could have got more if you cleared it out.
No, I clear it out as I go.
You cleared it out as you went. Okay.
Yeah, I clear it out when I have lunch, and I don't.
Okay.
I almost never get more. I get 2 or 3.
Because it caps as 10. You'd be surprised how many people don't know it actually caps at 10 because they never get that much.
No, trust me, I know. Because I've heard people bitch about it. I heard you bitch about it!
Fucking Andrew and Sam never fucking clear out their thing.
Yeah. To be fair, when I get home, sometimes I don't clear it out right away. So sometimes
Yeah, you too. You too, buddy.
Sometimes you'll street past me 2 or 3 times, and I only get it once. That's because I'm But anyway.
Yeah, well,
okay,
I clear mine out as soon as I see the goddamn light blinking.
Yeah, no, I'm not that crazy. I don't see it because I have it.
That's basically all I use my fucking 3DS for at this point.
I am so protective of my 3DS, like I am of everything, because I only ever get one. Usually, I used to be poor. So while it's charging, I just stick the thing, and it's just hanging out the case. The case is still on the 3DS when it's charging. It's just I just have the charge cord coming out the zipper.
I really wish they'd actually release some more games that I would want to play on the fucking 3DS.
Oh,
3DS is basically nothing for me here.
I'm super 3D protective of my 3DS because I have the Pikachu edition, so if it ever breaks, they can never replace it.
Sylvania?
No.
It's not that great.
I like some Metroidvania games.
Okay.
I like Metroid. Super Castlevania 4?
It's not a Metroidvania game, it's old school.
Yeah, that was a good one.
No, old school Castlevania is...
I actually like that game. Maybe it's just the music. That music.
I really, really don't like old school Castlevania games. They kind of suck.
That's the only one I've ever actually played.
Well, no, I want to know why you think the old Castlevania games suck.
Old ones. No, only old ones. I like Metroidvania style Castlevania games, aka like Symphony of the Night forward.
Why don't you like the older style?
Yeah, I never played those.
Like all the Castlevania games, starting from Symphony of the Night, are pretty good.
They are good, but
things before Symphony of the Night are like a completely different fucking genre, and they suck ass.
No, they're not.
Objectively, they're good games.
Metroidvania was defined.
In my opinion, I fucking hate playing them because I very much dislike them.
Oh,
wow, I think that's the first time I've ever heard you say something like that, Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
This is an actual written record of what I'm saying, so I want to be clear.
Josh,
yes.
You're gonna hate me. You're gonna hate me.
I'm gonna hate you? Alright. Sam says that all the time, but I never actually end up hating it.
Also, Shawn, they are different genres. Originally, Castlevania game is like a platformer, while as post-Symphony of the Night, they're Metroidvania, which is like a whole new genre.
Metroidvania was defined by the original Metroid and the original Castlevania.
No, actually, because Metroid had the ability to move backwards and like up and down and have a map system. Old style Castlevania are basically on rails. Well, not on rails, but on rails the same way Mario is. It's like left to right.
You can move backwards in original Castlevania.
But they don't focus on exploration the same way that Metroidvania games do.
Yeah.
Metroidvania is named after Metroid, like Super Metroid and stuff.
Yeah.
Mostly Super Metroid.
I really don't.
That's why, like, Kid Icarus is a sister game to Metroid. It's not a Metroidvania game.
I really object to the term Metroidvania, though.
Symphony of the Night style Castlevania games. That's where the term Metroidvania comes from.
Kid Icarus is built with
Metroid's engine.
Yeah, like it is an
Metroidvania. They really need to come up with.
However, but it's super linear.
Yeah.
They really need to come up with a new name for that genre. Because like Metroidvania sounds really dumb. I really object to that term for it.
But it's basically just consists of like Metroid and Castlevania games. So.
Well, there's like Guacamelee and Rogue Legacy. What else?
Well, there's a lot of like indie games now that do that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't count a game by Epic Studios as an indie game. There was that Shadow Complex game for the Xbox.
I never heard of it.
It's a really good game.
But anyways, going back to why Josh will hate me.
Why will I hate you?
I have the History of Pokemon poster.
History of Pokemon poster?
That you get as a pre-order bonus for pre-ordering X and Y.
For doing both?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a what? Where? EV Games?
Oh, shit, Josh.
EV Games.
To get a Pokemon poster.
Well, I'm not going to buy both versions. Not right after I buy the special Pokemon X 3DS XL and a Wii U with Nintendo Land. Because, when my was free, I had to buy Nintendo.
I didn't buy the second one. Well, I did, but I bought it as a gift for someone. I bought
one. So you pre-ordered both?
Yeah. Actually, funny story. I pre-ordered Y, but then she, at the last minute, changed her mind, so exchanged Y for X, but they still gave me the poster anyway.
That's kind of neat.
That's awesome.
It's really easy to cheat the system because you could just pre-order both and then say, no, I'm not picking up Y, and then you'll still get the poster.
Well, my friend,
Yeah, I mean, you lose $5 though.
Yeah, but
No, yeah, you just put it on
You
something
put it on
else.
something else, yeah.
There will be another game you'll want.
You can put that on something else, that deposit?
You can always.
Yeah.
I've canceled.
See, I never pre-order games, because, like, ever, unless there's a bonus, so...
The deposit is just you starting to pay for the game.
Okay.
I've canceled enough pre-orders to know that.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I know you can pay for everything.
Usually when I
upfront.
put down the deposit, I just put down the whole, like, $60.
I never do that.
This has been Shopping for Games at EB Games 101 on the Canadian box.
Well, I've only
Actually,
pre-ordered... I only pre-ordered twice before.
GameStop.
Sure,
Yeah,
in the States.
Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, I only pre-ordered like twice before. Once was at like Future Shop, which is totally different. The other time was for like Mario. Mario and Fire Emblem had a special thing. But this time I was paid for $800. I was pre-ordering $800+ worth of stuff at a time. I'm not gonna pay for all of it there.
Yeah.
But then when you pre-order stuff like in full, you can just go and pick it up. You don't have to pay.
But at the same time, if you ever...
I couldn't. What?
Oh, no, sorry, I was going to say, I hate Skype. Fucking, But anyway, what I was going to say, though, is the problem with that is if you spend that $60, let's say you decide, I don't want that pre-order, but you want the $60 back, well, do they actually charge back, or do you only get the $60 in credit?
It's credit.
So, yeah, so...
Why would I ever want to cancel a pre-order?
I've canceled tons of pre-orders.
Really?
Yeah.
I have never canceled a pre-order.
If I'm pre-ordering a game, it's like I definitely want that game day one.
Sometimes financial situations get in the way of that. Like sometimes I'm like.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, being a student,
I have a sizable nest egg, so I've never had any financial situation get me picking up video games.
The video games go before my other finances. That's just the way it works.
For me, I didn't buy.
My finances come from my nest egg.
I bought one game, and that was Skyward Sword with the special Wii remote when I was a student. I went on, like, a gaming, like, drought.
Oh, yeah.
No game.
I honestly, right now, have no clue what Josh is saying.
That was, like, the time I went crazy with pre-orders, because it was when Xenoblade and Zelda came out, because I wanted that fucking art book for Xenoblade, and I ended up getting it. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Getting up that early to go there, even for Zelda, and there was, like, even, like, a lineup for Zelda, too. I was surprised.
Zelda! It shouldn't be that surprising! It's a really loved series!
Yep.
Yeah, Kyle hates it because it's so loved!
It's
dumb, man!
That's not true. I don't hate it because it's loved.
You hate it exactly because it's so loved, dude.
Yeah.
Because people keep talking about it.
I thought you said because it's so long.
You literally said this episode that you used to... You said that you used to have...
Shawn, shut up. Hold on. I misheard you. I thought you said because it's so long. I don't hate it because it's been around for a long time.
No! I said loved.
Fuck up about it.
Okay.
It's not even so that it's because it's so loved. If random people on the internet loved it, I would have no opinion. It's because Andrew won't shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah, well, to be
So it's specifically because Andrew won't shut the fuck about it.
Also Sam and Josh.
Okay.
What are you talking about? I don't talk to you about Zelda. I talk to Sam about Zelda.
Mostly Andrew. It's like 80% Andrew. But when Andrew gets in here, he starts talking about it with Josh and Sam.
Oh, that was like once.
I really need to hang out with the four of you next time in Moncton.
Yeah, for sure.
God damn it! Then it's just gonna be 4 people talking about Zelda.
Well, I
while
mean,
I'm in my room.
No, I'll talk to you about like visual novels and shit, and I might have Warriors Way. By then.
I kind of know I kind of know how you feel because I've been sitting here the whole time being like, I can't say anything to anything they're talking about. This is annoying.
You'd be mad at me, but it's not my fault. It's Nintendo's fault. I brought this up in the last podcast too. The fact that I can't buy the 4-pack for the new Plaza games because Nintendo won't accept my debit card information anymore.
Even on the 3DS one?
Just grab a card at any fucking store in the land.
Yeah, but I don't want to...
Or just use your Visa.
I don't have a Visa that I can use.
Well...
Just grab an eShop card, dude. There's no tax on them.
But it's like $20, and then...
It costs $15 for the games, plus
tax.
But
I have 8-something on there. I only want to put, like, the difference.
Put the 20, and then you'll get another game on top of that.
Yeah, there's plenty of good eShop games.
No,
yeah, there is.
Yeah, there is, dude. You have a
Virtual
Console. You got all the old Game Boy. You got Game Boy Color games on there. You got a bunch of like.
Who cares about old handheld games?
Also,
maybe it had like SNES games.
There was
also,
some
Shawn,
really. They were
You get, like, the
from
Who the fuck wants to play a Game Boy game?
Oh,
There's
dude,
a-
lots
I
of people
do.
love Game Boy. I love Game Boy.
I have all.
the Game Boy had some great games.
Ah.
Both Mario Land
No,
games.
the original fucking Game Boy sucks
all,
ass.
all 3 Zelda games.
Yeah, it has all 3 Zeldas, dude. That's true. It has the Oracles and it has.
I
Link's
know, that's a
Awakening.
terrible fucking reason.
Oh no, it's great.
I don't like
Game's
things.
terrible.
What?
Yeah, that's basically me and that's basically Kyle in a nutshell.
That was pretty much your impression of him last week.
No, look, I like Game Boy Advance games.
Yeah, and I have all 10 of
doesn't?
those.
I have all 10.
No, you can't.
Oh,
fucking
shut
buy
your
them.
mouth, Shawn. God damn it!
Oh, I have them too. They're so great.
Student problems. I was a student when the 3DS came out. Okay, that's the only reason.
I think I'm gonna play.
Josh!
Sorry,
Look,
Nintendo
if you
gods.
Josh!
I'm
buy
sorry.
I think I'm gonna
Game
play
Boy
some
Advance games,
WarioWare.
I'd be into that. That'd be cool. There's some really good Game Boy Advance games.
There's
Josh,
also some really good Game
A
Boy
lot of
Color
really
games.
good Game Boy Color games.
Pokemon Gold and Silver. Hello.
that's
That's
on
some
the
of your
eShop.
favorite games.
That will never be on the
That
eShop.
will never
No.
be on the eShop now.
I am surprised that they even have digital versions of X and Y.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even want to replay those games, Josh. They're best left as nostalgic memories.
Oh,
If I actually
no.
played
No.
them again, it would be like, wow, this game is a lot fucking worse than I remember.
Oh no, it's great, dude. I still play it like all the time.
I
Hey,
could
we
not
might
go.
get, we might get Pokemon Pinball. You never know.
We must.
Okay.
Or maybe.
Except, you know what? For the Game Boy Advance, they released a Ruby and Sapphire version of Pokemon
Yeah.
Pinball. That's even better.
But like, the original Pokemon Pinball's got a lot of
Kirby!
charm to
The
it.
original Kirby!
Yeah, Kirby games are all.
These are amazing.
Yeah.
Again, they re-released Kirby Superstar for the DS, which is even
That
better.
wasn't the Game Boy game though.
That was the Super Nintendo game, dude.
The Super Nintendo version was better.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's a
Well,
better
yeah.
version of Kirby. Why the fuck would I want to play a shit
Oh,
Game
but-
Boy version
yeah,
of
but
Kirby
there's
when I
always-
can play the actual good ones?
Just
Wait,
because you
Kirby
like,
Land 2, I actually enjoyed that game a lot more than Superstar. So I don't know.
No, Superstar is the best Kirby game ever made and will ever be.
That's
I don't know,
that's
man.
quite the
Air Ride
opinion.
I don't know.
Air Ride is pretty good.
Oh,
Air Ride is really
Yeah.
good.
Air
It's one
Ride
of those
confused
cult
me.
It's
classics.
good, but it's not really like a main Kirby game, man. It's a spin-off.
Yeah,
Air Ride confused me.
That's like saying,
What?
oh yeah, the best Mario game is fucking Mario Baseball. Doesn't really.
I don't really think
I don't know.
Nobody says that.
No, although they might say Mario,
I really like Mario
Strikers. That is a really good game.
Yeah, Strikers
They're
is
decent.
fun. Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, I prefer Mario Strikers to like mainstream Mario games.
Well,
But that's just
find
because I have a
it.
dislike for platformers.
While that opinion's I can't see being very popular, I can see that kind of being valid because Strikers is really fun.
It also
Josh.
helps that Mario Strikers is like multiplayer.
However, when it comes to Mario, people say Mario 3, Mario World, Mario Galaxy,
Mario.
Mario
3.
64, and then you have that large population.
But
or
I
this-
have nothing negative to say about Super Mario. World.
There is a small.
A lot of people say Sunshine, but that's to be honest, Sunshine's a really good game.
No, not say, but
No one
some
says
do,
that.
and I agree with them. Then it might be one. It might be my favorite 3D Mario game.
Sunshine?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Galaxy. Nothing will ever.
Oh, I'm a really big fan of Galaxy, but
but Super Mario World indoctrinated me as a child. Like that's the
Yeah.
reason I love it now.
I
So
really
it's a toss up between World and Galaxy. For me.
see. I separate them into the 2D and 3D Mario
It's weird
games.
because the first,
Oh, that's fair.
Especially since there are modern 2D Mario
Yeah,
games
that's
that come out now.
like-
Also, Super Mario 3D Land was amazing.
oh yeah, that game was great.
Am I wrong?
Aren't
Yeah,
they
it's like it's like the
5D?
perfect combination. And now
My-
3D
my-
World looks amazing.
Here's my problem with Super Mario 3D World. Every single level
World or
doesn't
Land? Land was
World.
on 3DS.
or Land, Super Mario 3D Land.
Okay, all right.
Every single level doesn't say it's welcome.
What do you
I
mean?
mean, yeah.
I get into a level and I get into the gimmicks and stuff of the level and stuff. I'm really starting to enjoy it and it's done. And I'm like,
Yeah,
but
the levels are short.
Yeah.
they could have been longer.
Yeah, but
Similar-
Super Mario World's levels were short too. They have the shortness of the 2D
Right.
Marios with a lot of the similar gameplay style of the 3D Marios. Like it's not a full 3D game.
Yeah, but the gameplay style, those gameplay mechanics need more substance to it, and being broken up by the map screen, I don't really think does it justice.
There's still a lot of
think so?
content in that game, though.
I don't know.
Oh, no,
I
really
think
not.
it was very suited towards portable play, which I think is the idea.
Yeah, it was good for portable play because I played the share of that game on my breaks at work.
Well, I mean that was the idea. I did too.
Yeah,
Like I'm sure 3D World will have longer levels.
I
because it's a
really
console
hope
game.
for it. That is
it definitely will, because it has the 4-player aspect. They're not going to put a bunch of short levels. They're going to be longer levels. It's going to be more suited towards console play.
I really want that to have online multiplayer.
I'm cautiously up.
I know.
It won't.
I know it won't. I'm pretty sure it's already been announced that it won't.
Yeah, it won't.
But I just want it because I don't know.
Yeah, it's not going to.
I don't know that many people who would be interested in playing it with me.
It's weird because...
Well, I mean, there's obviously me, right? So, I mean, that would be cool.
In Fredericton!
Yeah, I know.
It's weird because I was actually not looking forward to it at all, and then I recently went back... No, I recently went back and played 3D Land, and I'm like, yeah, it's more of this, and it'll probably have a lot more improvements.
Oh, it's not just that, but there's a lot of, like, additions.
Right, a lot of additions, right?
Well, it's made by the same people who made Galaxy, right?
Yeah.
Nintendo Tokyo Studio.
I love the fact that...
No, what I was going to say, though, is like it's actually, like, that and, like, Zelda Wind Waker HD and, like, Wonderful 100, 100. I actually really want to get a Wii U now, even though I can't justify it, but the price. But
how can't you justify it?
Yeah,
it's a great system.
Yeah, but I need to update my PC. And...
I disagree.
And, like, Donkey Kong's coming out next year, within the next few months. Donkey Kong Country Returns, too.
It's kind of hard for me not to disagree when you guys just keep rattling on about Nintendo.
Well, that's because you don't like Nintendo.
Hey, it's the Kyle podcast.
You're obviously not going to be, like...
Let's talk about things Kyle likes.
I know. Well, that's why I'm saying you really shouldn't be surprised when I disagree.
No, we were talking to Brandon.
I was talking to Brandon.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
He said, of course you disagree, and I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much be expecting that at this point.
Okay, here, Brandon.
You guys just keep talking about various Nintendo series.
Well, we switch between things, you know. Anyway, we could stop with Nintendo, or do you have something to add?
Is there anything you want?
I just wanted to say real quickly, the analogy that me and one of my roommates came up with about how Pokemon X and Y raised the bar from Black and White. Like,
okay, go ahead. First of all, I want to say my opinion. Black and White, little on the weekend, from what I was expecting. Probably because it's another generation on the same system.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
Okay, I'm talking about the original Pokemon Black and White. Black and White 2 was meh. But
Black and White 2 was so much better.
No.
It was so much better. Anyway, go on.
Anyways, Pokemon Black and White, it set the bar, like, it brought the bar up for narrative resonance and stuff in a Pokemon game. It really changed up some of the gameplay that really needed to change, like, scaling, level increases and stuff. And it raised the bar. And then, Pokemon X and Y came along, and it looked at the bar, and it was like, one of these days, and this day is right now, pew! Right to the moon!
Huh?
Okay. So you're saying it raised the bar to the moon?
Yep.
It raised the bar super high?
Oh, yeah, like, I'm very...
And it reached the bar? Is that what you're saying, too?
Yeah, it reached the bar.
Yeah, it's great.
That's really good.
Awesome.
It's
a really good game.
I'm surprised how happy I am with it. I didn't think soon after Black and White 2 that they could pull this off.
I was so burned out.
Can I just say?
Oh, go ahead.
The fact that it's, like, based on France is so good. Does anybody dislike France? Like, the architecture, the feeling, the, like...
Nobody dislikes France.
It's all there. And it's like, oh my god, this is based on Versailles, if you know it from, like, history class.
Yeah.
Like, this is awesome. Like, this is fucking amazing. Everyone loves, like, European stuff. And it's so different from, like, Johto, which is based on Japan, which is also great. Yeah. But the fact is that it's so different than that, and it feels fresh, it feels new, it feels great. And it doesn't feel like American, like, in New York City and Universe.
Yeah.
So basically, you didn't like the Americanness.
No. I actually liked Castelli City. It's just, I don't know. Universe.
I really love that bridge.
Yeah, the bridge was cool. But
anyway,
what?
Anyway, so Kyle, what have you been playing recently?
What? Sorry, I was reading.
We're bringing it back to you, man. What have you been playing recently?
Not really very much. I've pretty much just been playing Crusader Kings. I kind of worked like 4 days in a row.
Yeah, sure. You did just get off work like this today, kind of deal.
And I work like 12-hour shifts. So
yeah, you work and then you bed and then you work again.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, that's not true. I have like an hour to go on the internet. In between working.
That's enough time.
So I haven't really been playing much. Just a bunch of Crusader Kings. I'm still finishing up Katawa Shoujo.
Oh, are you doing like all the ends and stuff? Have you?
No, I'm still finishing up the various stories.
That's what I mean by all the ends.
Well, yeah, but like every story has multiple ends.
Okay, oh yeah,
You know,
true.
good end, neutral
Yeah.
end, bad end.
You're trying to do a good end on everyone right now. Have you done Rin yet?
Yeah. No.
Leave her till the end because she, for lack of better words, is the hardest to get along with.
I've pretty much been leaving her to the end already because she's my least favorite.
Yeah, she's very moody.
She's weird.
Yeah.
It's okay, Brandon. I have no idea what to talk about.
It's a visual novel.
I
started with
Do you start?
Emmy.
Yes, because everyone starts with Emmy.
No, I didn't want to.
Actually,
It just happens. Emmy is like the default. You were nice to everyone, so you start with her.
I know, and I was like, wait, where did I fuck up?
You fucked up by not
aiming for Hanako.
That's a difficult one.
Actually,
no, because the second time through, it was
Whatever.
really easy to get to Hanako. I figured out where I fucked up with Emmy. I
Brandon,
did the stupid fucking training thing.
Brandon,
this has been this entire podcast. It's gonna sound.
Sorry, there's not that much overlap between all our gaming tastes.
You were talking about Nintendo, like Pokemon there.
No, it's just funny.
Which is weird, because, like, the only thing you ever bring up that I actually can talk about is, like, fucking visual novels. I play a lot more than visual novels.
I just don't know I don't know what our overlap
what I was
I play
God
a ton
damn.
of RPGs.
What I was laughing about is the audio mixing is going to be so fucking weird because I'm trying to start conversations that are never going to get started.
Maybe I'll just, like, bring your audio track in and go, fuck it, and just delete it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right.
But I had a question. I had a question for Kyle though. This actually has to do with visual novels, so it'll make you happy in a sense. I've always wanted to get into visual novels. It's just I don't really know a good place to start. I have Virtue's Last Reward, but I kind of wanted to play 999 first. Do you think that's a good place to start? Or
what is Baby's first visual novel? Tell it to the people.
I don't actually know that much about visual novels, guys. That's what I was telling you.
Oh. Well, what else?
Yeah, so
I only started playing them like.
What's your favorite, Kyle?
A year ago.
Oh.
And I can tell you what I started with.
What was that?
And I started with what?
My headset stopped playing audio into my ears for a moment. That was weird.
Oh, that's weird.
But it was still recording my audio. Anyway, you started playing.
I was gonna say I personally started with Analog a Hate Story, which is really good.
Okay.
And it's free to download on their website.
I will look it up.
No, it's not. Analog costs money.
Which one is it that's free to download?
Digital.
Digital, okay.
Digital Love Story. Analog a Hate Story costs like $10 on Steam.
Okay. Well, there we go.
Yeah, that's what I started with. It's kind of like a cyberpunk-ish thing. No, not really punk. It's like in the future, in the year like 4000, and you're in a ship, and you're kind of like connecting to this older generation ship.
Right.
And you're trying to recover data from it. Actually, you probably like it, Shawn.
No, I
It's all
plan
feminism
to.
and stuff.
I plan to. I was on a no love story kick for a while because, you know, the whole breakup thing. So I just didn't really want to deal with love stories for a while.
Yeah. Well, if it makes you feel better, it's a hate story.
I meant the spectrum of love.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
I had sea
Although,
salt chocolate
I hear
today.
999 is really good, so I'd probably check that out too.
Yeah, the only thing stopping me from playing...
I've been meaning to get around
The only thing
to that.
stopping me playing from Virtue's Last Reward is the continuity and also the fact that 3DS version has a game-breaking bug, which really sucks.
Yeah, that would suck. Wait, there's other versions than the 3DS version?
What do you mean?
You said the 3DS.
Yeah, there's a PS Vita version, which is supposed to be the superior version of the game, but nobody that I know owns a Vita.
I would generally recommend playing things in continuity in linear continuity.
Yeah, well, the Vita is the definitive version because it doesn't have a game-breaking bug.
Actually, I've got a question because I'm pretty sure...
Did they patch 3DS games?
Sorry?
I thought they could patch 3DS
Yeah,
games.
but the company that put out Virtue's Last Reward, I think they're a smaller company, and I think the only company that's patched their game is Nintendo themselves, right? With Mario Kart?
I didn't even know Mario Kart had any.
Well, they also patched
I heard about that.
Street Pass games.
Like what?
They patched ambassador games.
Oh,
Not that much.
oh yeah. Well, yeah. That's because those are the virtual console stuff. Because when they originally gave you the ambassador stuff, it was all unfinished code. It's like with the Game Boy Advance simulators, how they're never gonna update those and make them, not shit.
I don't mind.
They did patch the Street Pass mini games.
Those have been updated.
That's all like
Game
Nintendo
Boy-
specific stuff, though. That's not like a third party patching their own game.
Yeah, that's true.
They could probably submit stuff to Nintendo, and Nintendo would probably be more than willing to send it out via Spot Pass.
Yeah, in like 10 years.
Oh, Brandon, it's not by that small of a company. It's by Chunsoft.
Well, yeah, it's Chunsoft, but it's not...
yeah, Chunsoft's worked with Nintendo before.
Well, I meant like
they make the Mystery
Street Pass
Dungeon
mini
games. They made the Mystery Dungeon game on the 3DS, which had downloadable content and everything. I'm sure they'd be able to strike some with Nintendo to patch the game.
They also made one of those Street Pass.
I suppose so. It's just my point was that none of the patch games have ever been games that aren't Nintendo published games, so I don't know.
I'm not sure if that's true, but it makes sense to me.
Well, it might not be a matter of Nintendo not allowing it, so much a matter of companies not caring.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
We're not part of the companies, so we don't really
Hey, I'm a company. Thank you very much. I am a company.
we're not part
I
of those
represent.
companies, so...
I will be someday. Someday I will develop for some iteration of a Nintendo handheld. That is one of my life goals.
Josh, corporations are people, my friend.
Yeah, okay.
Corporations can be treated as people in the eyes of the law.
No, but you said you are a company, and Josh was like, you're part of a company. And I was like, companies are people. So
Yeah, he was
the same thing.
making a bit wrong, joke.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we're getting political.
Totally topical. So topical right now.
It's been a while since we got political.
Everyone, let's go party in the Cayman Islands.
There's not that.
Bring your red jackets.
Yeah. God, it's raining so hard right now.
Actually, has there been?
I don't know if anyone even picked up on what I just said.
No, not really.
Not really.
Well, something with Trudeau that wasn't really a big deal, but the Conservatives tried to make it a big deal. And then the majority of Canada went meh. Also, there was on this is this and this is that or something. Some political satire show. This audio log went viral that they were making fun of the Canadian Border Patrol, and people think it's the actual head of the Canadian Border Patrol being an idiot.
Okay.
I'll put it in the link dump, but
can I just say Canadian Border Patrol way better than U.S. Border Patrol?
Actually, wait. When you go in, whose Border Patrol do you talk to?
You go in. You talk to the Border Patrol of the country you're going into.
Okay,
So when you're going into the U.S., you talk to the U.S.
Yeah, I have racially profiled.
By the U.S.?
Yep.
That is such bullshit!
Well, I did have my big, Arab beard going at the time and shit.
Yeah, dude, they're so bad for that shit. And in Canada, they just ask you, questions and shit. Well, it's probably a lot easier because we're fucking citizens.
Right.
Yeah, to be fair, that's because the only time you have to deal with the Canadian Border Patrol is when you're coming into the country, and all they really have to say is, "Oh, can I see your passport?"
They also say, anything to declare? And you go, nope, and then they go, okay, and you actually have, $200 of merchandise in your trunk.
But, okay. So here's, here's the actual comparison, right? Americans coming into Canada versus Canadians going into America. Canadians going into America, there's this fucking subculture of people that have had so many problems with American Border Patrol for doing nothing but being Canadian. Being white fucking Canadian. Yeah, they do this bullshit paranoid shit. And in Canada, our Border Patrol, from what I've heard from Americans going in, we're all nice and stuff, and everything we do is only the stuff that's expected, that's in the law.
Don't we have a list or something?
Yeah, we have a list.
On the list,
you
can never enter the country.
Yeah, but that has to do with law. I mean, that's a totally legit thing.
There's some people that you just don't want in your country. For example, if Charles Manson was still alive, I wouldn't want him in my country.
Right. I mean, there's a list. You got to check it. it's put
No,
into a
I just
computer
remember
now.
you saying John Green's on the list.
John Green is on the list. He's
Yeah.
allowed in Canada, but he's on some sort of weird list, which is like extra, like they have to like question him or something. He once, as a teenager, came to Canada with insufficient funds, got turned away at the border.
Wow.
For the rest of his life, this is going to be on this list.
See, I'm just saying, maybe the list is a little too easy to get on, man.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're a teenager and you have insufficient funds, I mean, yeah, they don't really know what you're up to, so.
Yeah, or, actually,
He's still allowed in, he just gets questioned.
Stop me if I'm getting too political here. I think that, like, I don't like the idea of definitive lists, like, even when it comes to, like, something like, say, like, a sex offender, because, I mean, like, you get, like, 12-year-olds who are just discovering their bodies with other 12-year-olds, and they get on a sex offenders list, and their entire lives are ruined now.
No, it's not possible.
No, it's happened multiple times.
Not in Canada.
Yeah, not in Canada, I don't believe.
I've never heard of a case in Canada.
I've
heard of some cases in the States, yes.
Sean,
yeah.
The rules in our system are stated that, like, when you're below 13, it can be anyone who's, like, a year above or below you. And once you pass 13 to around 14, it can be anyone, like, 4 years. It's scaled. It's scaled to prevent that problem.
Okay. Then, America, get your shit together, because the fact that you put a 9-year-old on the sex offenders list is just ridiculous.
And even here, like, if it was a 12-year-old and a 10-year-old, right?
Then,
okay? They're in the same, for all intents and purposes, they go to the same youth group or something. They're in the same peer group, okay?
Yeah.
Like, if something like that happens, generally in Canada, we'd give them free, like, lessons for the parents and, like, the child and stuff, schools to, like, help them with this or something, because they're obviously not sex offenders, they just don't know, right? And then later on, if there were any charges, they would most likely be, like, removed, you know?
Have I ever brought up the time I had to teach birds and the bees to 10-year-olds?
No.
Okay, so, I was...
Interesting.
I was babysitting this kid, and, she had this male friend over. And it was, I really had to use the washroom, and I was trying to hold it, but the parents weren't going to be home for, like, another hour and a half. And I was like, okay, I'm going to the washroom. I'm going to be, like, 5 minutes. That door better still be open when I come back out. So I go to the washroom, I do my thing, and as soon as I exit the washroom...
How old were they? I want to put this in context.
10.
That's, okay, not even a problem in my eyes, but go on. Go on. No, I'm listening. A little bit of background, guys. I used to work in a daycare. I love kids in a totally platonic sense. I'm great with kids and all that.
They're like 10, like, one of them might have been 8 or 9. Anyway.
Okay, alright, fair enough.
So, washroom, and I open the door, and then the door's closed, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, you told them to keep the door open. Obviously, they're going to close it to mess with you. They're 10-year-olds. You don't tell them to do something. You don't tell them not to do something you don't want them to do.
I don't know. Personally, I listened.
I
you're
listened.
different.
Yeah, you're different.
I also listened.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I listened too, but...
Anyway, so I open this door, and there are pants down, and they're touching each other. I'm like,
what the hell?
Yeah.
Okay, these are not normal 10-year-olds, but they're learning something from somewhere.
No, this was like, it just happened like naturally.
What?
I mean,
God, when I was like 10, I was
on that toilet for like 20 minutes.
Okay.
Wait,
still, that was like the farthest thing from my mind at 10.
Well, they did. It was more of a like, just, it kind of happened. Like, you have a thing. It's different than my thing. What's going on with that kind of deal?
One of those innocent, like, oh, look, let's look. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
totally an innocent thing. However, pretty serious situation for a babysitter.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's get your pants up, and now, basic birds and the bees. And when the parents came home, I was like, you're giving me $50 extra a head. And they were like, why? I just said I taught them the birds and the bees, and then they handed me $150. I was only supposed to be paid like $25.
Yeah, see, I would have handled the situation in a similar way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't babysit, except for like my cousin.
I wasn't even allowed to babysit my cousin, which is total bullshit. But anyway, go on.
Why?
Because like my aunts thought I was like some loser nerd video game guy who had like no responsibility and was like dumb and shit. Oh, it pissed me off so much.
I hate your.
Well,
I've never met your aunt, and I hate her so much.
Yeah, she had the most bullshit arguments, right? She's gotten a lot better because her son is actually growing up and she sees how kids actually are in this day and age. However, yeah.
And she's changed her opinions on me a little bit, especially since she sees how successful I've been. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, university dropout, so successful.
Yeah, but then I like sort of became a manager at my new job like really fast. And, like, yeah, so.
Your new job.
And I moved out, and like I've been successful ever since. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely more successful than anything I can say I've ever accomplished.
So finally, in her eyes, I have become an adult, and like the way I talk with my cousin James, is like very adult, just like she talks to him. Anyway, finally, she actually sees who I am, but this is nothing the fans want to hear about.
There's pretty much no downsides to you moving out of your parents' place, Josh.
Oh god, no.
Also, that place is really gross.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Oh my.
But,
Sean's just like, yeah.
I've slept there. It was horrible.
Oh yeah, tell me about that.
My room, I would like to think my room was okay.
Your room was
No,
fine.
it wasn't. It really wasn't.
No, there was this one summer where I was never in my room, and I had orange juice that was fermenting into alcohol.
Damn.
That's fucking gross, Josh. That's fucking gross.
I remember too.
That was one summer!
Josh, you remember when we moved your bed?
Oh, yeah, well, that's under the bed. No one cleans it.
Josh, I was like, what is that, like, is that, like, cushioning under your bed? And you're like, oh, no, that's dust. I was like, Jesus Christ!
It was
under the bed!
The whole fucking rim was just a giant, like, dude, there was enough dust to make a fucking pillow. I don't know about you, but I fucking vacuum under my bed.
To be fair, the rest of my floor was clean, okay?
Josh, if you're not vacuuming under your bed in the apartment, start doing it now. Okay.
All right then.
Alrighty.
That was something I was not expecting. Oh, so I've recently played GTA 5 online, and I love it.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm totally apathetic to the whole GTA thing. Not a big fan.
Same here, but is it actually stable now?
Yeah, it's stable. Well, when I played it, it was stable. It was on PlayStation. It was fine. It was stable on PlayStation, so I imagine it's like super stable on Xbox. Anyway,
Sean, actually, me, you, and Tyler have to join up someday, do that, because we didn't get to do the whole GoldenEye thing.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We'll definitely play online sometime. Roam around, it's a free roam for a while, do some jobs and shit, make some money. Sounds like a plan. Or buy a house.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're moving so fast, Sean. I mean, you gotta slow down a bit. Jeez, I think sometimes I just... Anyway, what were you saying?
You know,
my love for you, Brandon. It must be completed. Don't you want to live with me?
I just don't get that same loving feeling anymore. You know.
I'm sorry. I'll try to do better. Will you forgive me?
Don't you guys think that you should get married first?
Well, why would you assume that?
This is a modern age.
In the modern age, nobody gets
Come
married.
on now.
Because you can do that in Canada.
I want to have a bastard.
Common law.
But no,
Common
you
law.
can do that in Canada, guys.
Common law? Yeah.
Common law's good enough. I know people who are now common law married.
Gay marriage, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, you actually have the right to get married.
Yeah, we do.
They can also just be gay common law.
And common law, does it not have the same sort of like paperwork with it, or?
It's different. It's provincial. It's actually provincial.
Oh, okay.
It's each province has its own thing. Actually, New Brunswick is changing.
I don't know what it's changing to, but like right now, it's pretty much the difference is if you move apart, there's no obligation to split up your stuff equally.
Right. I think they're trying to change that a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't like common law.
Stuff, did you guys see that thing in the newspaper recently? I don't know if any of you guys are fans of like MMA and shit. But apparently that's currently illegal in New Brunswick.
That's illegal in New Brunswick?
What's illegal?
MMA fighting.
But
There's
Really?
a law in Canada that MMA fighting and stuff has to be specifically specified by a province and made legal. Otherwise, by default, it's illegal.
But it's legal
Yeah, I
to get.
think-
But it's
But no one did that in Canada or in New Brunswick.
Really?
interjection. In New Brunswick, it is legal to get into a fight with another individual outside a bar as long as everything's.
Yeah, but organizing like a big MMA tournament type thing is not legal currently.
Yeah,
Weird.
in fact, that's a thing in Canada.
It was in
It's
the
pretty
paper,
much
Shawn.
it's pretty much just Ontario that has MMA.
How's it?
Yeah.
How's it like? Really? Why would that? Why does there need to be a different law than the law that already exists for wrestling or boxing?
Wrestling's a bit
or,
different, though.
Or
Because each sport has its own different laws and stuff
Yeah.
associated.
why
with
does
it.
sport? Why are we regulating our sports? This bothers me.
Well, sports have always been
Stop
regulated.
people
Just
from doing illegal shit.
yeah, it's
Shawn.
like
Yeah.
in a karate fight, like you have to have like fucking laws. You have to know when the assault laws and like the self-defense laws.
Yeah,
Right.
you have to make
Don't-
sure people aren't killing each other in
Yeah,
the ring. There's
like-
safety laws to take under concern.
Because like assault laws and like self-defense
go
laws
back to
don't
the days-
apply. They don't apply to like karate matches or taekwondo. That's completely separate laws for the sport. Same with boxing. Same for every sport that involves like physical violence at all.
I support
even, like,
industry.
baseball
we can't go back
games.
to the days of people putting like barbed wire on fucking punching gloves.
And that's why like,
I-
hockey fights are legal, whereas other types of fights like aren't because it's within this. It's within like the law of the sport.
I support the concept of most industry regulating itself.
Yeah, however, that's not really how it works with
Yeah.
like you can make rules, but like it's when do those rules and laws apply together? If something goes wrong with the rules, where does the law step in? Especially when it comes to something where like physical violence is an issue, which is why I totally understand why like MMA fighting isn't as well regulated, and it hasn't been as popular
here
in
we go.
Canada. It hasn't been as popular in Canada because it hasn't. Well, it hasn't been regulated very much in Canada because it hasn't been as popular.
There's the link, by the way.
Link to it, okay, yeah. And like as far as I know, like New Brunswick hasn't had much MMA stuff going on at all. So
Yeah, there's a specific under Section 83 of the Criminal Code. Professional MMA fighting is illegal in Canada unless it is held in a province with the permission or under the authority of an athletic board, commission, or similar body established by or under the authority of the province legislature.
yeah, so basically it's saying that they need the athletic board to be involved and stuff.
To make sure that everything's legit.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
the
you
link
can't just
between the law
you
and
can't
the
just
sport.
throw people in a ring and be like, duke it out, guys. You gotta have like people there to make sure that they're not gonna fucking kill each other.
Yeah, the athletic board, or at least how it was written in this language, seems to be like the link between the government and the actual industry regulators, which is very important. So
Exactly.
that link just hasn't been established yet. That's all.
Okay, interesting.
Although we had been running under the assumption that it was,
Oh,
because it's a legal quirk. They should sort it out quickly,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Oh,
Like,
wait,
they're
whoa,
already
whoa,
a-
whoa. Are you saying like MMA has been going on?
Yeah, it has
yeah,
been.
Legally?
Moncton.
It's been going on for a
We've
while.
had them in
Oh,
matches,
shit,
yeah.
That's bad. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah. No, here's the thing though. Everyone thought it wasn't everyone thought it was legal under Canada. Like there's already a board in here to make sure everything's legit, totally fine. It's just it's not under the legislature of New Brunswick.
Right.
you know
Yeah.
what's
So now
something?
New Brunswick has to hurry up and fix this shit, otherwise we could lose the whole thing in Moncton. And it's actually been making a decent amount of money in Moncton.
I've been seeing some posters of. I thought it was just wrestling, but apparently it's MMA.
No,
That
it's
is-
MMA fighting.
I thought it was
Oh.
wrestling or boxing, but
So, we're relying on the New Brunswick government to fix this shit, which
Yeah.
It's
which is
probably
annoying. But at the same time, I mean, it's important.
well, no, I just mean the New Brunswick government is probably going to take for fucking ever.
Moncton Moncton has one or two levels of pull over New Brunswick government. Very strong pull or absolutely no pull whatsoever. And when it comes to tourism, it's usually very strong pull.
Yeah.
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 This could be like this could bring people to Moncton, which could be very important.
And
It's
that
already been bringing people to Moncton.
and
Yeah.
like Moncton is becoming this massive metropolis of
Massive
Massive
metropolis.
metropolis.
I think you're going a little too far.
Actually, Moncton was declared a metropolitan area in
yeah.
2011.
That's different.
Metropolis.
Not gonna see.
Boston is a massive metropolitan area. That's a massive metropolis. That's not even a massive
No.
metropolis for U.S.
That's not a
standards.
metropolis.
That's just like for our standards.
Dude, a metropolis is like New York.
Okay, no, that's a super city. That's a megapolis.
That's a metropolis.
No, that's a megapolis. That's in a whole different bracket, dude. Metropolis is like L.A., Seattle, like Washington, D.C., Houston, New Orleans. I can go on.
I think it's going to. My point was, I think it's going towards Tub. In another 10 to 15 years, I think Moncton might hit metropolis standards.
Really?
If it
Dude, like Halifax isn't a metropolis.
Moncton is expanding 5 times the rate Halifax is expanding.
Yeah, but Halifax has been big for
a
while.
It's really easy to expand at a huge rate when you're super fucking tiny.
We're not that tiny.
We're pretty small.
When you go from 1 to 10, you've just 10 times in size.
Yeah. Like Dieppe grew from like what 5,000 to like 20,000 or something.
Yeah.
That was massive fucking
Dieppe's
growth.
The fastest growing city in Canada. That means nothing. It's super tiny.
It's still small, yeah.
Still, it's like there have been projections about how big Moncton's going to become, and apparently they're pretty big.
Fucking projections.
No. But to be
really
fair though, we
we
didn't start out as like tiny. We started out as small. We've grown a lot in the past 10 years that I've been here. Like...
Okay, yeah, but dude, we're never gonna be a metropolis.
No, but it just
like if you had said we're gonna hit Halifax standards. Okay, I can buy that.
Yeah. It's his wording's bad.
I don't think it's true, but I can buy it. I can say I can see where you're coming from.
His wording's bad, but I understand what he means. No, I don't understand what you mean, Shawn. You mean that, like, we've grown so much in this time already that if we just continue to grow in the same amount of time, at the same rate or even faster,
we're going faster than we have been.
Yeah.
Our current rate right now is 2 times the rate it has been in the last 10 years.
Yeah, because like Dieppe grew what, twice the size in the past 10 years or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something crazy.
And Moncton,
yeah, but man, growth rate doesn't always increase. Things stabilize eventually.
That's true. But even if the growth rate itself stabilizes, it's
also
still great.
New Brunswick as a whole is losing people.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Has it been?
Yeah, we're like one of the only provinces that is shrinking in population.
What's New Brunswick's number one?
There's a lot of talk about moving out west.
Number one export.
We went down by like 3%.
What's their number one export?
It's not even just the students.
Forestry
people.
Stuff?
Yeah.
What's their number one export?
Fish, maybe?
Nope. Teachers. Our number one export is teachers.
Yeah.
People.
Teachers don't really get
specifically teachers.
Yeah, because like the bilingualism.
Yeah.
The main reason.
Okay, I'm kind of guilty of that. I'm probably gonna become a teacher and like move. So
yeah. Well, no, dude. The main reason Moncton has been growing is because everyone's moving from like the middle of New Brunswick.
Yeah.
Small, tiny little towns. They're all moving to Moncton because that's the only place to fucking find a job.
I'm surprised that they haven't given Moncton capital yet.
Oh, I'm not, dude. It takes a lot to fucking move capital.
The reason Fredericton is capital is because it's an easier place to defend in case of a war.
Do we really still care about?
No, what we care about is not fucking moving the government because that's a big ass thing to do, dude.
That's true.
They did
That's why Fredericton
they did
was
in Alberta.
Decided as the capital.
It used to be in one place and it went to somewhere else.
Yeah, it used to be in St. John here, and then it moved to Fredericton. That was a long ass time ago when there was a lot less people and it was a lot less confusing to move government.
Like the Alberta thing was more modern.
No. What I'm saying, okay, there are twice as many people in the world now than there were in the 70s. Okay, so let's just assume there's twice as many people here too. That's twice as much issue to like move government because when you move government, you move people.
I would argue that Canada hasn't seen that much growth in the last 30 years, but okay.
I probably wouldn't. You should probably look back at that.
30 years?
You should probably look back at that because I know, like...
less
than 10 years ago, we had 30 million. Now we have over 37 million. You should probably go take a look back at those numbers.
Whoa. Are you getting 37 million?
37, I think. It's
2012 numbers say 34.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe it's 34. No, I know for a fact it was at like 35, 36 at the time. Maybe that was before the 2012. That was like projected.
I want to see those receipts.
Yeah, that might be true.
What?
Nothing.
Shawn, you want to talk about 30 years ago?
30 years ago,
No,
we
40,
were at...
because I'm talking about the 70s, so 40 years ago.
40 years ago.
Yeah.
I'll drag it even further back. 1972, my friend, 21 million. 21.99, so like 22 million.
All right.
Yeah.
Dude, we've grown by 14.8 million.
That's a lot.
But that's over 30 years.
Yeah.
40 years.
That's over 40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a decent growth rate.
On population, though?
Yeah, on population.
It's not as booming as other places, that's for sure. They've seen bigger increases.
That's fine.
However, we're Canada,
Yeah.
so yeah.
49%.
Well, I mean, our biggest factor of population growth is actually immigrants, because like we don't have enough kids here.
And yeah, even if Canada's
We don't have as many kids
We have
here
a
as
stable growth.
Yeah, we have a stable, small-ish
Yeah.
growth compared to other nations. Yeah.
Not everything needs to keep increasing at higher and higher and higher rates,
Yeah.
man.
The U.S. has gotten crazy with their population.
But my entire point was it's not a lot. I wasn't saying it was bad.
Sean's kind of right.
My point was it wasn't a lot. I wasn't saying it was bad. I was saying it wasn't a lot.
Sean's kind of right. I was saying twice. It turned out to only be like 75% more. So
490,000 people a year, roughly.
Big
That's
enough.
a lot of fucking people.
That is a lot
big
of people.
enough, but it's still
You
not that
put it into numbers like that, and it's like, holy fucking shit.
But at the same time, there's 7 billion people on Earth.
Yeah, there's a lot of people there.
Yeah, and most of them are in Asia.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 50%.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's
You saw
actually,
that fucking...
that
map
one circle
there?
thing. No, if you count
Yeah.
the entire continent of Eurasia, which it is one continent, people.
What? No, it's 2 continents.
It's one continent.
Legally.
It's one geographic continent. If you're going geopolitical,
Politically, we split it in
yeah,
two.
geopolitical is different than geographic.
Wouldn't we split into free geopolitically? Because isn't Africa connected there too?
Yes and no. That's geographically another continent.
Yeah.
Why is it? Okay, do you know what defines this?
You have to cross a bridge to get to Asia from Africa. Therefore, it's separated by the Suez Canal. It is separated by water.
I thought there was a piece of land that connected
Nope.
Egypt. Okay.
No, they do shipping through there. It looks like it on a map, but if you look really close, it's actually a river. It's called the Suez Canal. It's a shipping route.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's like
cool.
it's like
Just like
it's
the
like the
Strait of
Panama
Gibraltar.
Canal. It's like the Panama
Well,
Canal separates
Or the
north
Strait
and
of
south.
Gibraltar.
The
Yeah, the Strait of
mapping-
Gibraltar. Yeah, exactly.
The mapping
Connects Spain and Morocco.
Yeah.
projection we use, like the mapping projection you normally see we use, is really dumb.
Well,
Because,
no, because it's literally very fucking short width compared to the size of the continent. It's a river. It's a river.
Well, my point is like Greenland, like
What about it?
in
We're getting into fucking Mercator projection and shit.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Sean, that is a
Yeah.
completely different discussion.
And the Gaul stereographic that's totally different.
I
Well, yeah,
changed it.
I really need to go back.
Yeah, like
to
Greenland's
school.
like the size of Africa. Yeah, bullshit on that. Yeah, I know. That's because you just gotta get a globe. If you want to know the actual size, just get a fucking globe. That's what I did. We have two
I don't
globes in
actually
our
care
living
that
room.
much about the size of the maps. I don't really care if certain continents.
Yeah, he just
or
cares about
certain fucking
geopolitical.
land masses are. Who gives a shit about the land mass?
As I was saying,
The only importance of the map is to A, tell you where to go, for like
When I buy my
fucking
blimp,
GPSs, or B, knowing the geopolitical boundaries of countries.
when I
And
buy my
like-
blimp and I start flying, it'd be very useful to know where shit is, so that I know where I
Buy
can
a globe,
land.
because that's what a globe is for. A map is not for that.
Okay, I'll buy a globe and I will get in my blimp, and no one's questioning the fact that I'm buying a blimp.
yeah, because a blimp is gonna get you high enough into the atmosphere to the point where a globe would be useful. Alright, okay, alright. Better yet, just use your fucking phone, alright? We have satellite photos. and
I know,
shit.
right?
It's all scaled well and all that bullshit. God damn.
Like honestly, when people come in and ask me where shit is, I'm like, why aren't you using your phone? I really want to say that.
To be
Everyone
fair,
has a phone.
only like 30% of people have like a data plan.
That's
Something like that. I'm
bothers
pulling
me.
that stat out of my ass, but based on anecdotal
I'm
evidence in my
assuming
personal
Josh it
life,
out my
that
ass,
seems to be the
but
case.
Once again, I
There-
have the fun
To be
of
fair, a lot of the people I
my
talk to are
audio
teenagers
cutting
that
out.
don't have money to
I'm
buy
not using these headphones again for the podcast, that's for sure.
What?
What?
All right, cool. Anyway,
What?
yeah, data plans. That's a reason why they asked.
I know, but it bothers me.
I
Get
know
a data
it's
plan. get with the modern age.
Yeah, it costs money.
Well, yeah, but Shawn, some people still have old-ass phones that don't have...
That bothers me too!
Internet.
Yeah, that's fucked.
That bugs me too!
Yeah, I don't even have a phone. I haven't even had a phone for a
people-
year yet.
Some of those people do that because they don't fucking need it. Only in, like, small situations do they ever need...
Alternatively,
Internet.
why didn't you, use Google Maps before you left your house?
Yeah, that's what I used to do all the time.
Yeah, I don't know, they're dumb.
Even Kyle's like, yeah, they're dumb.
Well, I mean, I'll give them the whole, like, not having internet because it costs money, but, like, not checking the map beforehand. I don't know, it's just being stupid.
Like, here's another one. When people show up to the gas station, like, where's a good hotel? Why would I know where a good hotel in the city is? I live in the city.
I just say Crown Plaza because like, that's the only one I know.
Because I live in the city.
I know all of them in Moncton, but
I know the ones in Moncton.
Chateau, Delta Bow.
Anyway,
It's
Crown
the only two I
Plaza.
know.
Oh, you got Crown Plaza. There's a couple inns here and there.
Anyway,
Delta
but it's
Bow.
like,
It helps
A,
that
why
they're in
would
the
I
same
know?
area.
And B, why haven't you booked your room yet? Your room should
Yeah.
already be booked.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's because that comes through like an internet thing. Like, people just don't use the internet for like easy shit.
That bothers me.
Like they use it
I
for like
think
entertainment, and it's like the internet's a useful fucking tool. I have it on my phone 24/7 because it's a useful tool. I use it as a tool when I'm on the go, and I use it for entertainment when I'm at home.
When people don't use technology properly, I think they should be removed from society.
I imagine if we were to go... No.
That's going a little far, dude.
Actually, I have a really good point. I imagine, like, if somebody was to go back in time with a cell phone and somehow they have a data plan in the past, I don't know how that would work, but they would show a scientist, I have this device that uses a service that has all of human knowledge that's possible, but I use it to look at funny pictures of cats.
Well, okay, it's been massively said that, like, in 1,000 years from now, two things are going to be assumed about human society. Number one, that we all worship cats.
I don't even like cats that much.
And number two...
Yeah, I'm more of a dog.
Yeah, dogs are better.
Number two, we had this mystical black box that we worshipped that was always up to the upper right of us at all times.
Mystical black box.
Black box?
Upper
What are
right.
you talking about?
Talking about like the X button?
No, I'm talking about like the cell phone from the selfie, because there's a ridiculous number of people who like take selfies, and like 1,000 years from now, when technology has advanced to the point where
Except, here's the thing and why that's never going to happen, because we're going to have, like, written records from this time period.
We're gonna have video records all over the place.
Yeah, we're going to have so much more information.
Okay,
than what
think
we
about
had
right
5
now,
years ago.
YouTube up to this point since its creation.
Okay.
Think about how much YouTube is an amazing archive of like society
Yeah.
during that time period.
Think about
Yeah,
this.
but
Think
the
about
point
the
is,
increase
they're
of
going to have an accurate record
whoa,
of this time
one at a
period.
time.
They're not going to need
Wait.
to figure shit out. They're going
Wait.
to have it all laid out in fucking front of them.
Think
Yeah.
about the rate that information is currently like accumulating over time, and just how much information is actually being accumulated over time. Eventually, we're going to have to start getting rid of that because storage is expensive.
Okay, if you want to talk like actual, like storage needs
Shawn.
actual material elements of matter to store.
Like people,
We're gonna run out of that eventually.
People are worried
Yeah,
about
but we're
the
not going to
internet.
delete, like, our entire fucking record of this time period, dude.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna delete like useless shit, like fucking caches of bullshit, like
Yeah.
People
like
are worried.
numbers of like companies like from 300 years ago. It's like, no fucking gives a crap.
There's a lot of shit we can delete before we start losing all of our records of this time period.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, let's face it, in the next 1,000 years, there's going to be some, like, earth-shattering war.
Yeah, it's not
yeah,
going to knock
over a long
all of
enough
our
time
information
period,
back 1,000 years.
It might knock it back, like, a couple 100 years, 100 years from now. And
I don't know about that, man. I
That's
don't know about that.
I wouldn't even go that far, man.
Well,
it
I don't
might
know,
not-
man. If they're not careful and like all our data gets stored in like one place or something, you know.
Yeah, but like, there's a
gas,
lot more measures for archiving. It's not like it used to be where they
never
used to
gonna
just
happen
torch
then.
everything because.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thought experiment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, if New York got A-bombed, the internet would be in a little bit of trouble now. Because, like, New York holds a lot of the internet and shit, right? So, I mean, it's not totally, like, there's some elements of truth to it.
I don't think it actually does hold that much.
Yeah, it holds a lot. It's a connections, right? They'd have to reform connections and shit.
Yeah.
It's New York and London are the big ones. What's that?
No, but man, I mean, as far as the server farms go, they're not in New York.
No, I mean, like, the
where
connections
most
and shit.
websites are actually stored.
Yeah. But I mean, like, a lot of the internet actually flows through, like, this one building in New York.
Yeah,
just because it flows through there doesn't mean...
No, it's a connection. What I mean is, I don't mean, like, it's going to be fucking deleted from the internet. I mean that, it'd take a long time to, like, repair. The internet as we know it, like, because the internet's just a series of tubes, right? So.
Yeah, but I mean, you'd still be able to connect to, like, the rest of the continent.
Yeah and no. I mean, I don't know. It depends on the connections. Like, if all of those connections ran through New York and they didn't have, like, backups
Dude,
or something.
I guarantee you the connection from here to Ontario doesn't run through New York.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe
Maybe it does. I'm not sure.
Doesn't the internet use a lot of satellites now?
No.
No, it's mostly landlines.
Okay,
Dude,
so mostly landlines.
it's entirely, like, cables.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can
Satellite
access
really
it.
Slow and unreliable.
You can access it from the satellites, but they're connected to places that are connected by wires. So
I was thinking of something completely different.
Yeah, no, landlines are much, like, higher bandwidth.
Stable.
And plus, I wouldn't want to lose
Wire.
connection during a fucking snowstorm.
Yeah, that too. Fuck snowstorm, dude. You can lose connection during a rain.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's true.
Well, that's interesting.
Welcome to Moncton, where it rains like every
Okay,
second.
snowstorms affect it more because, like, the waves can't actually pass through snow.
Yeah, I know, but dude, a strong enough fucking snowstorm can knock down satellites, like a satellite connection.
Yeah.
So
you mean rainstorm?
We've
Yeah,
been
rainstorm.
recording for an hour and a half now.
Super special
it's been a while.
episode.
Wait, has it only been an hour and a half?
You'll just
'Cause I
have
came
lots
in
of
like an hour and a
information to
half.
turn into an hour episode.
We can always two-part it.
Just cut some shit.
We'll see what happens. Anyway, I think we should wrap things up, though.
Wrap things
Yeah,
up.
probably a good idea.
All right.
Sam's been waiting for like an hour.
Yeah, he like messaged me too, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
At 10:25, I was like, yeah, just finishing up.
That was almost an hour ago now.
Hey, well, at least he
I
got
know.
a taste of his own medicine a little bit.
Anyway, okay. So, thank you guys for... I almost said watching. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Canadian Box Podcast. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or anything, just send them to the Canadian Box at live.com, or you can tweet us at the Canadian Box on Twitter. We have a Facebook fan page. Make sure to like that. Just search for the Canadian Box on Facebook. There's a Tumblr feed if you can't subscribe to us on iTunes. That the episodes are posted to every week. It's the Canadian Box.tumblr.com.
When the hell did we get a Tumblr feed?
We've had a Tumblr feed since day one.
Well then, that's news to me. Cool. At least
Also,
all these guys know.
we do read all comments. So, feel free to drop us a comment.
Yeah, let us know. Anything you want us to improve
We
or
got
talk
the
about?
critique from last time, and we've read that.
Yeah, it's great. Any questions you have for individual members or stuff you want us to talk about? Hey, we're here to listen, We
Always appreciated.
Yeah, it's great. Even if you say we're like douchebags or something, it's like as long as you say why, like
You
as long
troll,
as it's constructive criticism.
but
it's
you
great.
troll us, we troll you, and we troll pretty good. Just warning. Anyways, thanks for listening. Have a great day and keep on gaming.
Have a good one, guys.
Yeah.
Later.
Bye.